Check, check, check. Hello, hello, hello. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we continue Franchesca Ramsey week by reviewing one of her most hated and disliked videos of all time. It's called, Is PC Culture Anti-Free Speech?
Well, looks like things are getting all PC again.
As of today, it has over 20,000 dislikes. Let's check it out.
Is PC culture destroying freedom of speech? Nope.
Wrong. And thank you again, Franchesca, not only for this video that's hypocritical as fuck and so easy to tear apart, but also thank you for being the smuggest person of all time. Your elitist attitude and swarmy facial expressions are truly entertaining. Just look at this face. She's smugger than a vegan blogger.
From YouTube comments to presidential candidates, it seems a lot of people think freedom of speech is under attack. And who, might I ask, is to blame? The goddamn PC culture.
Let's take note of her comedic style here. Basically, she says something stupid, usually inaccurate and racist. Then she switches to her funny voice, desperately encouraging you to laugh. Laugh at me now, I'm doing a voice.
If you've ever called out racism, sexism, ableism, or any other oppressivism, you've probably been accused of being too PC.
Okay, enough dicking around making fun of Ramsey. I know it's easy and really fucking fun, but let's really get into this issue. PC culture is inherently limiting your freedom of speech. It's so fucking obvious, I'm surprised I even have to say it. But at this point, nothing coming from these SJWs will surprise me. Let's take a look at Cheska's line again.
If you've ever called out racism, sexism, ableism, or any other oppressivism, you've probably been accused of being too PC.
If you call someone out for saying something racist, sexist, or ableist, you're basically telling them they can't say that. That's limiting their freedom of speech. I'm not saying it's right or cool to be a racist, but technically freedom of speech means you could say anything. Absolutely anything you fucking want, even if it's offensive. You can say any words in any combination you want. The only caveat is you can't endanger people. The classic example for this is you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. Unless there is a fire, of course. If there's not a fire, your words could cause unnecessary panic and possible injuries or deaths.
PC is, of course, short for politically correct. Political correctness is avoiding words or behaviors that exclude, marginalize, or insult groups of people who are socially disadvantaged or discriminated against.
Okay, two things I don't like about her PC definition. First, the part about avoiding words that exclude, marginalize, or insult. That is vague as shit and can never be enforced. As much as the PC police want to try and protect everyone's precious feelings, there's always going to be someone insulted by something.
Woo, woo, woo! You hear that? That's the sound of 2015 pulling you over, people. Suck it.
Also, people don't have the right to not be insulted. In America, we have the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As long as what you're saying doesn't infringe on other people's rights, like the fire in a theater example, you can say pretty much whatever you want, even if it's insulting or offensive. Her PC definition finishes with,
Or insult groups of people who are socially disadvantaged or discriminated against.
you can't insult people who are socially disadvantaged or discriminated against. That's very interesting. PC doesn't want to protect everyone's feelings then, just the people who are disadvantaged and discriminated against, according to them. I wonder who they're talking about. Let's see. Let's start with race. Well, blacks seem to come to mind here in America. I mean, they were slaves 150 years ago. Come on. They need to be protected. Now, what about gender? Male or female? Who gets the PC police escort? Has to be women, right? Those poor creatures are relegated to just having babies and cooking and cleaning for generations, while their oppressive husbands worked 40 hours a week to pay all their bills. What assholes. Now, what about sexual orientation? Well, that's pretty obvious. I mean, anyone who's LGBT is clearly oppressed. Come on, they're the minority people. They're less than 4% of our population, so we need to talk about them all the fucking time. They're so brave.
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner? She's a hero. She is stunning and brave.
Stunning. She is absolutely beautiful and an inspiration.
Yep, that's right.
So yeah, PC protects minorities, females, and gay people. Fuck the straight white men, basically.
Basically, treating people with respect. Now, if you ask me, that doesn't sound like a bad thing.
Of course you like this idea. You're a black female. You've got 2 out of the 3 requirements to get PC protection. It's like a double whammy. What's really disturbing here is you don't realize how self-serving your rhetoric is, Franny. You act like you're doing this for the greater good, but really you're just trying to get more special treatment. You want advantages any way you can get them. PC and affirmative action are probably the biggest reasons you got this show on MTV and your job on The Nightly Show. You're like Toofer from the show 30 Rock, only he was actually smart and funny. You're just a cringy, regressive asshat.
Oh,
Why is Twofer in the punishment corner?
I said time to end the charade and adjust my schedule to buy a new vase.
Oh, you stay there. You stay there until you die.
For these folks, political correctness is synonymous with weakness or being overly sensitive.
This is true, Franchesca. If you get offended by words, you are weak and overly sensitive. If you were strong and secure, you wouldn't give a shit.
Similar to the new term social justice warrior, calling someone PC is a way to derail and dismiss conversations about inequality.
Just like how your camp likes to derail conversations by calling people racist or misogynistic. The hypocrisy is strong in this one.
Okay, PC police, you're just offended by everything.
More classic Franchesca comedy. This line's a joke now, everyone. I'm using a different voice, so it's funny.
The term PC is almost always used as an insult.
Yeah, because most people don't want to be known as whiny pussies.
So why is being PC used as an insult? And what, if anything, does it have to do with free speech?
I already went over why it's insulting and why it's limiting speech. Next.
Here's the thing. It's not just about hurt feelings. It's about calling out oppressive power structures, and that's where the misunderstanding comes in.
Oh, so PC isn't just about calling everyone sexist and racist. It's also about calling the government and institutions bigots too. Got it. The thing is, there aren't any laws or rules on the books that directly benefit white males. And in turn, there are plenty of legal perks for minorities like affirmative action for blacks and legal leniency for women in courts. Let me guess, that's not enough. It's never enough for these kind of people.
What's perceived as being too sensitive is usually someone speaking out against lazy, offensive language that doesn't usually get challenged.
I honestly can't even decipher this. Between the shit she's making up and these blatantly racist pictures, I'm actually dumbfounded. Every fucking picture ever on this show has white males looking bad and black people looking good. Where's the fucking equality, Franchesca?
And the people who call that being too PC are often in privileged positions and don't want to or haven't had to think about what they're saying, or the consequences that come with it.
Well, that's quite the theory you have there. But I would say from my experiences, saying you're too PC is used legitimately to tell someone to grow a pair and stop being so sensitive.
You can't take away my freedom of speech just because you're offended.
Is she having trouble reading now? How come when she reads this comment, she sounds like a kid learning how to read?
You can't take away my freedom of speech just because you're offended.
But on an interpersonal level, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. Technically, no subject on earth is off limits. You can say whatever you want, but in turn, people are allowed to respond however they want.
I think she means minorities and PC bitches can respond however they want, but straight white men can't speak their minds because equality. But really, this goes both ways, Franny. You can't say it's not okay for some people to say things, but it's okay for your people to say things. What do you mean, your people? That's my version of a Franchesca joke.
And if you post some racist bullshit on Facebook and your boss decides she doesn't want to employ people who spew racist bullshit on Facebook, you still have freedom of speech.
Another classic decoded picture here. Completely inaccurate, of course. This guy doesn't look like a racist, first of all. Second, I don't think anyone has ever just posted Mexicans or rapists on Facebook. And lastly, there's no way a chick like this would be his boss.
PC culture, treating others with respect, social justice warriors, whatever you call it, isn't prohibiting anyone's freedom of speech. It's mainly about people standing up for themselves and asking to be spoken to and spoken about in a respectful way.
Something these PC bitches like Franny forget is that respect is earned, not given. We don't have to respect you just because you say so. And PC culture is limiting speech. They have a whole slew of words that you can't use, like cracker, beaner, or even nigger. Hell, 2 years ago, Beyonce and the PC police tried to ban the word bossy. PC culture doesn't just want respect. They want to control the whole conversation.
In fact, political correctness is expanding free speech. We're adding words to the dictionary every year in an effort to promote more inclusive and respectful speech.
Actually, it seems like they just added 5 stupid SJW words to the dictionary. This has nothing to do with expanding freedom of speech. People used those words before.
So have you ever been accused of being too PC? Or maybe you've been thrown in jail for saying the N-word. How do you still have internet access?
As much as you would like it, I don't think you can go to jail for saying the N-word. Not yet, anyway. If we don't stand up to this bullshit PC culture, who knows what will happen? I mean, it's not like I'm dying to say the N-word again, guys. Come on, I'm not a racist. I just believe in full and complete freedom of speech. People in America, God's country, should be able to say anything they want. It's that simple. Thanks for watching another one, guys. One more video in the Franchesca Ramsey saga, and then we can finally move on to new bullshit to cover. Until next time, have a great night, and may the bull be with you, always.
Bye!